Imagine for a moment that you're facing death due to kidney failure. Chronic kidney disease is an illness that has no cure, and once your kidney begins to decline, early symptoms include appetite loss, fatigue, headache, dry skin, nausea, and weight loss. Today, I will be sharing a groundbreaking medical procedure that gives hope to patients with this illness and paved the way for success of other organ transplants. While I have not experienced chronic kidney disease, I am inspired by how organ transplantation has saved lives. My research findings for today come from these 4 sources. Dr. Joseph Murray's historical medical accomplishments should be known and remembered. The first successful human kidney transplant was achieved by Dr. Joseph E. Murray. In 1990, the Nobel Prize for Medicine was awarded to him and Dr. Donnell Thomas. The prize recognized these 2 doctors as American pioneers for transplant operations. In the 1950s, skin grafting was successful, but internal organ transplantation had not been accomplished yet. In 1953, 22-year-old Richard Herrick was discharged from the Coast Guard due to chronic nephritis. When his disease reached the final stage, also called end-stage renal disease, he sought out Murray in hopes to perform a renal transplant. Herrick was lucky. He had an identical twin, and he asked Dr. Murray for a chance to perform the transplant. Dr. Murray was skeptical, but did ultimately agree. The procedure took place on December 23rd, 1954, in Peter Bent Brigham Hospital in Boston. To confirm that the Herrick's twins were in fact identical, the surgical team did extensive testing. Norman and Nino Kawa wrote in their paper, Murray and his colleagues tested the matching of the brothers by performing small skin grafts from each brother to the other, and even fingerprinted the 2 to confirm that they were identical. With consent from his healthy twin brother, using an identical organ reassured the surgical team that Richard's body would not reject the donor organ. Both brothers underwent surgery with no complications. Richard lived an additional 8 lives after the surgery, and my favorite part of the story was he married one of his nurses and had 2 children with her. This experimental procedure became the groundbreaking operation that continued organ transplantation research. The medical advancements that followed. In 1959, Murray and his team achieved the first non-identical twin transplant. This was between related donor and recipient. In 1962, the first non-related renal transplant occurred. The team did this by using immunosuppressants, specifically azathioprine. Adding immunosuppressants allowed the doctors to advance medical operations. In the late 60s, liver, pancreas, and heart transplants from deceased donors were successfully achieved. Today, I shared the historical event of the first successful human kidney transplant, the procedure, and the medical advancements that followed. This event revolutionized the medical field, and because of doctors like Murray and his team, chronically ill patients have a second chance at life. Thank you.
All right.